Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of the Night Shift. We're your hosts, Jerry and Ralph.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Yeah, you were quiet there for a minute there. You okay?
Yeah, I'm
we
good.
we we
Sorry,
were
I'm a little behind.
we were having some serious
Audio difficulties
audio
because we know
difficulties.
nothing about it.
Yeah, yeah. It got complex, got really complex,
Got really
but
complex, and I learned a few things.
yeah, not probably not even complex. I just realized that like my gain was up way too fucking high. Um, Notice we got like two completely different like polar opposite setups. Like I don't
Literally,
like I'm using a Blue Yeti and I have like a laptop setup. And
I'm
I'm
using a desktop setup, and I'm just using my HyperX's headphone.
yeah. So it's about as opposite as it can possibly be. I'm also for headphones. I'm using these earbuds, KB ears. Really good earbud brand. I'd recommend them. They're on Amazon. Not sponsored, but hey, I'd be willing to do a sponsorship if they'd be up for
I'd
it.
definitely be doing a sponsorship if HyperX called up. Like,
you know,
like I'm not even kidding.
oh fuck HyperX. They
Like, honestly, like the detachable, like everything, like just in case something breaks. Yeah, sign me up.
so anyways, we got a few things to talk about this episode.
That we do.
Yeah. But before we start, how's it going, Ralph? You doing okay on your end?
Almost officially moved.
Yeah,
Almost there.
that's tough. That's pretty tough. Like I
How
can't
about you,
imagine.
my friend?
I just been busy with work and trying to like probably clean myself up a bit maybe. I don't know. Not a haircut though. I'm growing the hair. I'm serious
I,
about. I'm serious.
I mean, we
I'm
never
serious about it this
put
time.
our face out there, so
I mean, my face actually that profile picture is pretty outdated, but
yeah,
it's extremely outdated. It's like from I think it's like a year or two ago that I had that profile picture. I need to
yeah,
like I'm planning on like revamping the channel art, but I baby steps or
very big baby steps.
probably should be more like little kid steps. I probably should like be a lot more active when it comes to that sort of stuff. But anyways, I wanted to talk about this Microsoft thing going on. Um,
Oh yeah, this little Microsoft thing.
yeah, so Microsoft bought out Activision, and there's a lot of
Very big worries. Conclusion. It's like kind of up in the air.
there's a lot of like worries, and there's a lot of like you know um back and forth and the gaming community right now about it. Some people are calling it a monopoly. Some people are saying Sony's done the same thing for years.
Exactly. It's like
It's
it's an ongoing thing. The only thing we really know about it right now is the fact that Call of Duty will be still multi-platform, at least for now.
if there's one good thing I also heard about that is apparently they're going to possibly fire that piece of shit who's in charge of Activision.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It was either Activision or Blizzard, but regardless,
yeah. I know. Well, Activision bought Blizzard,
yeah,
so
yeah.
same difference.
That dirtbag who freaking who runs that fucking business down the fucking shitter. Um, I
Pretty
keep
much
saying,
the yearly releases. How like I'm pretty sure everybody has already seen it. Like the yearly releases of COD, and it's that's stupid. Honestly, like that's an
yeah,
FPS should have like at least a year to flourish.
it should probably be more than a year because a lot of games take years to develop.
Exactly,
Like
but like
a
COD,
masterpiece
COD, COD,
game,
COD is the
like a masterpiece game. Like I don't know how many years it took for God of War, to get like I don't know how long development was for that, but like Red Dead Redemption 2, and GTA 5, like those games were in development for years and they turned out being masterpieces as much as I like to shit on GTA 5. But
yeah.
you know, However, I also heard they may be considering letting developers work on Crash and Spyro.
I heard about
I
that
heard about
too.
that. You
I heard
know,
about Activision, some employees really wanting to revive Guitar Hero of all things, which
yeah,
was an interesting article to read. I was like, well, like I love Guitar Hero. Don't get me wrong. It's just that's an interesting one to revive.
it is interesting. It is an interesting one. I was never into Guitar Hero growing up. I always sucked at it, but
Oh, same, but like I still had a blast.
but I didn't even have the guitar controller. I literally used the Xbox controller to control the. I could never get a hang of it,
Yeah,
but I hope. I hope. I hope something good comes from this. My opinion is, I'm not a fan of exclusive titles being on.
period.
I'm not a fan of that. Period. I believe everybody should be able to play games. Just my chair, man. Just my chair for a minute. But I believe everybody should be able to.
Play what they want.
Yeah, yeah. And, like how in a perfect world, I would be playing Breath of the Wild on my PlayStation 5. But obviously, that's obviously never going to happen. They got the company, and I know why it's like that. Companies have to have a reason.
For you to
Like
buy their console.
exactly. If not, then just anybody.
Would just jump on it.
Nobody would really care. I mean, maybe with
Yeah,
The Switch is a bit underpowered for some AAA games, but not really. Not judging too much on that, but
I'll judge.
um, and I think it would be cool, live in like a universe like that, because I would love to see like Breath of the. I need to play Breath of the Wild. I need to play a lot of Nintendo games, but I just don't have much of a reason to buy a Switch right now. Um, I should. I should. I could just borrow my sister's, but whatever.
I mean, like I have one, and I haven't. It's been collecting
Especially since
dust
there's
for a
only like a
bit.
couple exclusive games I care about, and that's mostly just Breath of the Wild and more. Well, let's get back on topic here. But
Yeah, we kind of
but
jumped a bit.
but anyways, just like it's gonna be interesting to see how this unfolds. I'm interested in how this is going to unfold. Um, I guess we just gotta wait and see what happens. Like
Right.
obviously, like a lot of I know like a lot of people. It's split. It's very split, and
Well,
call
that's Twitter
call it
in
a
a nutshell.
monopoly, call it what you want, but at the end of the day, it's just business.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. We can only hope for the best. I hope Crash stays multi-platform at least, because I think that's
Right.
the only franchise I really care about. To be completely honest, that's an Activision property. I'm actually surprised that Sony didn't jump on this earlier, but obviously,
We don't know exactly what's been going on behind the scenes, so like we don't know if did they miss the jump or
I don't know if Activision like asked Microsoft specifically to purchase them.
yeah. That's the thing. Like it's a weird little thing.
I mean, like, but Microsoft is a bigger company than Sony. Like,
Right.
not gaming wise. I'm talking like,
No, it's just like overall
yeah, like
company.
they're not like Google or Amazon big, but they're like I think they're like behind. They're like a little bit behind those like two
Right.
big companies. And Apple, Apple's probably I think Apple's worth more than Microsoft, but I think they're behind Apple. Or
Right.
I don't know the particular order, but Microsoft is
No,
definitely
it's
up
in
there.
there, some there.
Yeah, just like a lot of like I don't even think like gaming's their biggest market. I think it's like security software or something like that, or it's not.
Something on those
I don't
lines,
even
I
think it's
believe.
operating systems anymore. I think it's like other specific stuff or
I do
pieces of
think
software they
certain
have.
IPs will be going to um just going to Microsoft
I mean, obviously they're gonna
exclusively.
have some exclusives.
Yeah, like I think
Like
that's kind of obvious. It's just we know Call of Duty's not one, but Activision has so many more IPs than that.
yeah, yeah.
Like you said, Crash
They have
Bandicoot,
a lot of. I'm
Spyro.
pretty sure they have a lot of dormant, properties as well.
Yeah,
But I'm interested. This console generation's getting interesting. It's getting interesting indeed.
yeah.
And gaming as a whole, this generation's getting interesting. But
It's getting like more and more nuts.
I mean, it's always kind of been nuts. Not my
Yeah,
favorite console generation, I will say that, but it may end up being up there just for how batshit crazy everything's been.
yeah. Fair on that. Now,
So we also want to discuss something. So obviously, controllers are useful, and
a little bit.
and growing up,
You get some weird
sometimes
ones.
sometimes we didn't have a whole lot of money to buy, you know, a first party controller.
The DualShock 3 or the new
You know,
Xbox
it's
360
funny.
Elite
It's
controller.
funny like how it's funny because like this like the PS like Sony has gotten a lot like stricter with who they license their controllers out to. I mean, you can buy a knockoff DualShock 4 off like Amazon. That'll
Right.
probably break within a week. But
I,
there aren't a whole lot of like alternatives to like the DualShock 4 that are like price friendly. Like there's a lot of like pro controllers like that are like that are pretty good, but like
yeah,
I don't know why Sony won't just make their own pro controller, but I guess they have their reasons for not doing
I
that.
guess.
I know, but
Just
what
let
I
us
wanted to talk about
into
what
Microsoft and PlayStation. Will this it would make it a whole lot better.
but what I kind of want to talk about, I want to pay some homages, not homages. What am I even saying? Some some generosity and what's the word I'm looking for? Some gratitude to third party controllers,
Yeah,
specifically, you know, the
the
Rock
Xbox.
Candy. One of my
Yeah,
favorites was the Rock Candy controller for the 360. I had that,
I didn't know a person who didn't have that. Honestly.
and it lasted like a while. Then it broke. And I also had they were called like afterglow controllers. Like they were like clear and they would like light up. It
Right.
was gimmicky as shit, but I loved the hell out of it for some reason. And then when I would like that eventually broke, but it lasted me a while. It lasted me a long while, and I actually have a third party 360 controller on my desk, my very messy desk. I
Yeah.
it's kind of embarrassing, but At Play, that's the name of the company. Yeah, it's a controller.
I also saw like a few you ever see those like dollar store kind of controllers?
Oh god, like the those GameStop controllers that they used to
Yeah.
like those things. I people give Mad Cats shit. You remember like Mad Cats,
Yeah.
like they're not even around anymore. I think they went bankrupt. Like people give like Mad
I
Cats
wonder how.
controllers like shit, but the GameStop controllers were like
We're like that was like a new breed of shit.
that was like a new breed of just not giving a shit. Like I feel like whenever I held one of those in my hands, that they're about ready to like shatter. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't even think GameStop makes third party controllers anymore. Uh,
I don't think so,
I
but
remember
like
they
give
had
them
like
time.
I think they had an Xbox third party controller and they had like a GameCube one. If I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken, I think they might have had a PS3 one too, but I don't remember. I specifically remember Mad Catz. Back in the day with like when the PS3 was you know
That it's like what like high price line or like
like I don't know if it was the beginning of that generation or like the end, but I remember they released like a patch to like I don't know how true this is. They apparently released a patch to make like Mad Catz controllers not compatible with their console. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's the funniest shit I've ever fucking heard of.
even PlayStation doesn't want you playing with these
I mean,
controllers.
usually, I think third party controllers a lot of time was the shitty friend controller you give to your fucking friend. It's just
Yeah, like
or just your gross friend that you don't want touching the expensive controller.
I was never that guy. I always like just gave him a controller. Like I wouldn't.
But not gonna lie,
Sometimes I
some
wouldn't
third
look.
party controllers are good. Some third party controllers, you have
You had to be careful.
high end ones too. You have like Razer, and you have like, well, nowadays you have like
You got
Razer,
like
and you
Razor,
got
Scuff,
Scuff. You got fucking
um,
there's another one. Was it Nacon or something like that? It
something
was
like that.
some shit like that. Um, but back then, like, nobody really gave a shit about, exclusive pro controllers. It was usually just something you toss around and probably eat,
Pretty much,
or
or
take a
probably
not
broke.
eat, but probably shove up your ass a couple
Eat.
times. That kind of shit.
How was that better than what you previously said?
It wasn't worse enough. Okay,
It
admit,
wasn't worse enough. We had to keep going.
but sometimes you just have to do cool little designs, or like, for example, there's this like I don't remember what company it was made by, but there was like this rare Shadow the Hedgehog PS2 controller, and
Oh my god.
its packaging came in like a circular ball. It looked like a fucking game spear.
It looked like a game
And
sphere from Jake and Josh, like
like
legitimately.
and apparently it would light up when you play Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know how the hell a controller knows when you're playing Shadow the Hedgehog, but it's actually kind of rare. I saw a dude post on Twitter about it. I'm a Sonic fan, by the way. Just so obviously I know this shit.
I
But
think like a lot of people knew that.
if I wasn't already obvious. But but like, I always found like controllers that are like gaming, that are like inspired by like properties and IPs. I always found those kind of cool.
Yeah.
You don't see too many of them now. The closest thing you get is like the controllers that would come with like special edition consoles. You don't really see them sold individually. Like, I know
Hmm.
you have you yourself, you have that Black Ops 3 special
Oh
edition
yeah.
PS4.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, I broke that thing.
You fucking broke the
Like it.
controller. You had one
I
job.
threw that
You
son of a
broke the fucking
bitch.
controller. You broke the goddamn special edition
Like
controller.
I'm not gonna lie, it did go through an ass whoop.
What the hell did you do to it?
Like what didn't little me do to it? Like I threw it, I banged on it. It was damn.
Did your dog try to eat it? Did
I would
like
not be surprised.
I specifically remember when I went over there, the thumbstick was like, it
Gone.
it would only go up and down.
Right, right. It would only go up and like that was me. I think that was me about just fucking throwing it.
Because I don't remember like what you
I'm not
told me
that
that day,
rageful nowadays.
but I don't know what the hell you did to it. I don't know. You really had to abuse it, or maybe your dog tried to eat it and digested
Fucked up
it and
halfway through.
threw it back out. I don't know, but I would have at least kept a shell for it if I were you. But it's probably long gone now.
It's well, it's in a box right now.
It's in a box right now. Yeah, you're moving. I don't think you care too much about a broken controller.
No.
But hey, you got the console. That's all that matters. But
Yeah.
does kind of suck though, because that's a special edition controller now gone.
Smashed pretty much. Oh man, if like little me would have seen me now, it's like I would have treated it a lot differently.
Oh god. You remember the GameCube chainsaw controller for Resident Evil 4? That
You know,
controller.
I've never heard of it until like recently.
Apparently it's like a collector's item, I guess, but it was apparently like really uncomfortable, because the controller was like shaped like a small chainsaw, and it just was really uncomfortable apparently.
Honestly, that would be the time that they needed to come out with Ash vs. Evil Dead game. Like, I think that would have fit more.
I mean, I think back then, like, Resident Evil 4 started out as like a GameCube exclusive before it like jumped on PS2. And it was funny because the game came on two separate discs because of how big it was. Because
Yeah,
GameCube used like small discs.
I still love the fact that like
They
those
basically,
kind of discs are practically non-existent, except for
I
like
think,
Red
I
Dead 2.
yeah, like the 2 disc thing. You mean?
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
2 disc.
yeah. You don't normally see that. Only with like really big games like Red Dead 2. There might be other games that did that, but I guess it was just easier because you had to like download the data and you had to like fuck
Didn't
man.
actually download the play disc,
If I think if I
which
recall
sucked.
correctly, like the digital downloads like even larger because like of all the shit you have to install. Like,
I doubt it. I think it's the exact same thing because it's literally the same files,
well, yeah,
just inputted differently.
probably. It's probably not too big of a difference. I should go in there and check sometime, but like I own Red Dead 2 physically. Not that it really matters.
Right.
It's just I'm just a little salty about the Red Dead Online being fucking dead. Still, that's that
Being
half-ass
ran
update.
by like
Two
what,
people
2 people?
apparently. I don't know how true it is, but I would not be surprised. And Rockstar obviously isn't listening to us, but that's fine. They don't listen to us 95% of the time unless it's GTA 5 related. But that's fine. That's just fine. I guess I'll just have to accept that as is.
Yeah.
I'll just have to take that as is because this is the reality we live in. But speaking of games, what have you been playing lately? Been playing anything interesting?
I have been playing Genshin Impact.
I have been playing Red Dead Online a good bit. I'm ashamed to admit. I also been playing Alan Wake. I'm about done with that. I really enjoy it, even though combat can be a bitch in that game. The combat isn't the greatest in that game. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah.
But like the story's interesting and like it's fun, frustrating sometimes, but fun. I also been playing Crash Nitro Fueled. It's like a sort of remaster. I like to call it like a half remaster, half sequel because like it has the adventure mode from Crash Team Racing from the PS1, but it has like Nitro Kart, characters and
Yeah.
stages in it. And it also has like a shit ton of like other Crash characters. Some I haven't even heard of. And that's coming from a Crash Bandicoot fan.
Right. I've also
And
been playing lots of. It's gonna get really nerdy. Uh, Dying Light with you.
oh yeah, yeah, me and Ralph we played Dying Light a lot because Dying Light 2's on its way, and I'm kind of excited. They say it's like 200 hours worth of like content if you do everything, which I'm probably not going to be able to do everything. I never 100. I have a hard time 100% in games. Very
It just depends on the game.
I
Just
usually
for
beat the
me.
story, then I fuck off. Like or I
Yeah.
unlock like stuff I want to unlock in game.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I know like I specifically unlocked like I only unlocked the outfits I really cared about in Spider-Man PS4, Insomniac Spider-Man. I'm fucking. It can't. It's not just PS4 because they have a PS5 version.
Yeah.
But
Well, I guess most people would call it the remastered version of it.
oh fucking hell, there's got just Insomniac Spider-Man because it just makes it a lot easier.
Still one of my favorite games, and it is a game that I've 100%ed.
And
So,
Miles Morales is fun too. I like
another
both of
game
them.
I 100%.
The soundtrack on Miles Morales is pretty good.
Oh, I mean, I
It's
jammed to it.
it's a shorter
I know,
game, but it's worth it.
definitely worth it, in my opinion.
I think it was just they needed a launch title for
Well,
PS5.
one game like be really interesting would be Gmod. I wonder if they're ever going to do more.
Dude, if
I don't know if you can
I don't
do
think
more.
Gmod's ever gonna be. I think he's completely abandoned that game. I think that game's completely finished. But if
I
there's
don't
a
know because
way,
like
but
you
if
can
there
make
was a
some more out of
way,
it. You
if
know?
there's a way they could ever port Gmod to like Xbox and PlayStation, that'd be awesome. But that's obviously
That
never
would
gonna happen.
be
I don't even think like
the only way I
I
could
don't
ever
even
see
think
that
Gary.
happening if Steam was on PlayStation or Xbox.
I mean, Half-Life was released on consoles.
No, I mean like the actual app on Xbox and PlayStation
What
of
do you?
Steam.
Oh, like implementing Steam on the consoles.
Yeah,
That would never happen. It'd be awesome, but it would never happen. Just for the fact that companies are greedy and they want to like promote their own
fucking
store.
alarm went off.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Was that your fire alarm? Get out, Ralph!
I gotta go. Come on.
Gotta go. Fire during podcast, not clickbait.
Right. No, it's just telling me that we're 15 minutes, at least 15 minutes into the video. I
Really.
usually keep like a timer on hand.
We're actually about 25, almost 26.
Oh, okay.
But,
I started it pretty late.
yeah, a little bit, but it's no big deal. But I'm excited for the games that are coming out. I still need to play God of War. I have not played God of War yet. I need to play
It
it.
is a very. I will definitely. It's a very good game, graphically and storyline wise.
Still waiting
Anyway.
for the next Tomb Raider game, but
I'm still waiting on the next God of War game. I want to see what happens. Ragnarok.
I would like to be able to play as his son. But that'd be kind of cool.
I think that would be awesome, but like, I am a little suspicious.
It'd be better than those goddamn Mary Jane segments in fucking Insomniac Spider-Man.
I mean that's not hard to outdo.
That's like the worst part of that game. That and the fucking stupid ass puzzles. Thank God you can skip them. I don't give a shit about stupid science puzzles. That just slows down the goddamn game.
It is interesting that like PlayStation like studios are on Steam, but not vice versa.
That's a fair point. But I think it's just Sony wanting to, appeal
get
to
more
PC.
Money.
Yeah, get more money. That's kind of the whole point overall.
Well, with Xbox and yeah.
That's the idea.
I would think so. Anyway.
But I want to move on.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't say wait to the next topic.
Yeah, we really need we need to transition better. That's something we got to do is transition better. We're not very smooth at this.
No, we are not.
You gotta let it go naturally. Natural. Not natural, but naturally. Natural means you're naked. I don't think anybody. I hope nobody here is naked. Well, maybe Ralph's dog, but
no, she's got my sock on. I don't know.
What the fuck's doing with your sock? You're gonna suffocate the poor thing.
What the fuck?
My dog's asleep. I'm pretty sure he's like downstairs, but that's irrelevant. Anyways,
Get away from my sock. That's the moral of that story.
Pick up your fucking sock, you lazy shit.
I can't whenever she takes off with them. Anyway, back to the fucking segment.
Anyways, so I was curious, what were some of the first YouTubers you ever got into, or that we ever got into?
Just right off the top of my head, Markiplier, Jack. Ironically, I didn't get into PewDiePie until later. I'm not even kidding. I knew Jack before the PewDiePie shout out, like the infamous shout out.
One of the first YouTubers I ever got into was actually the Angry Video Game Nerd, or just,
I never knew who he was until I met you.
I mean, I know a lot of people like to joke around with, James Rolfe and all that, but I like his content. I think I'm always probably going to watch him for as long as he does the Angry Video Game Nerd. And I like some of his other stuff, too. Like some of his movie reviews and stuff, and I also like, It's Bullshit. I love that series. You know what's bullshit? This fucking podcast.
Pretty much. We went off topic like 4 times. Anyway.
But
Another one was probably Node. It's like it's kind of like a mixed channel. Like it's also airsoft. It's also a gaming channel. It's a little weird, but it's fun.
I also was into. Fuck, I was in a Nostalgia Critic at one point. I was into Markiplier at one point. Like, a lot. I don't know why. But,
I'm not gonna lie. Like with Nostalgia Critic, like I couldn't get into him because he always just either seemed boring as hell to me.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. His newer stuff, a lot of people, are critical of, and plus the whole, channel awesome shit that happened a few years back. That whole controversy.
Mm.
But, we're not going to get into that. That's beating a dead horse. That's more than beating a dead horse. That's beating a horse skeleton. But, you know,
Yeah.
there was a few others. I also got into. Fuck. I was into like this. I mean, I was into like this one channel. Dylan Thomas. He did like he did like just like looking at just weird stuff on the internet and whatnot. Like I was into him. There used to be this one channel, but he doesn't really upload anymore. Angry Chimp Show. He had like a chimp puppet, and he would look at weird stuff on the internet. But he just completely disappeared off the face of the fucking planet, which
There's
is
a
kind
few
of sad.
YouTubers like that's done that. One was called, and I think I'm still sub to him, and his name was something J. But that was the whole Dan plan
But
situation.
before that, before I even got into like individual YouTubers, I was always watching YouTube videos in general. Like fuck. Like just random YouTube videos. Probably
Pla-
some
Planet
YouTube
Dolan.
video. Oh yeah, Planet Dolan definitely. I was really into Planet Dolan, but not so much anymore.
Again, another one that I never heard of until meeting Jerry.
Yeah, their channel is actually slowly dying, which is kind of sad. I don't know what the fuck happened with them, but hopefully they get back on track.
I
Make
mean,
top 10 lists,
uploading
damn it.
like
I
eight
know there's
months ago.
make top 10 shit. Okay, stop making shitty Reddit stories. It's not what we fucking came for. At all. It's not funny. It's not fun. God damn it. Your channel's more is gonna be about as dead as mine is. So get back on track.
Mine was never
Make the
alive,
top
so that's
10
fair.
lists. Give the people what they want. They don't want to listen to shitty Reddit stories. It's getting old. Fast. It's been old. Fuck.
Anyway,
But fuck. So fuck man. This episode's kind of been all over the place, but I kind of like that.
yeah, it was just crazy fun.
It was
That's
just
the whole
us
point of it.
fucking off for majority of it. Uh, but it's been a bit of a slow week, for me, and a slow few weeks in general. I'm hoping to get more guests on. I know I keep saying that, but I have a couple guests lined up. Let's hope we get them on here. Add some
Yeah,
flair. Hopefully collaborate. Do all that fun shit. I'm working on it. Just please be patient. I'm trying my hardest, but it's it's fun. I
interesting.
enjoy doing these podcasts, and I'm sure Ralph does
Same.
too. Where we just
Um,
get on and just talk about random shit.
yeah, I'm finally starting to actually like getting back in the swing of just uploading, recording, and editing.
Yeah, I
But
mean we're
even
mostly at the
if
end of the
recording
day.
softwares want to make my voice like down a year or
You
something.
just have a very laid back voice, man. Not
I need to
everybody.
get louder. I need to find my voice.
Well, you will someday. You just gotta
Hopefully,
go looking around. Just go
I can
around town and look. I'm sure it's
look
out
for
there
my voice.
somewhere. Go travel the country, go travel the world, travel space, whatever.
Go travel the
I went
galaxy.
I went from country to space.
I mean, like you gotta go to the 0 to 1 million, or you're not
I
hitting the ceiling. I
we really
guess.
we really jumped. We really jumped ship. Fuck. But,
Alrighty.
All right. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Um, Next time, well, tune in for the next episode. We'll be here waiting, probably.
Hopefully.
All right. Until next time, thanks for joining us in this episode of the Night Shift. Until next time, see ya.
See ya.